What's up, Greg? New technology truly fascinates me. A new gadget being introduced to the world has the potential to change the way we live, learn, and communicate. Or, more interestingly, it could flop and become a laughingstock of the internet. Which is why a few weeks ago, I was thrilled to discover the unveiling for a project called the Humane AI Pin. This might be the worst product presentation I've ever seen for one of the strangest products I've ever seen. Apparently, Humane AI is a new tech startup founded by two former Apple employees and current lovers, Imran Chowdhury and Bethany Bongiorno. Their mission is building innovative technology that feels familiar, natural, and human. Okay, first thing that's sticking out to me is that none of those words were useful. Also, do I really want my technology to feel more human? I've never wished my MacBook to be more fleshy. Also, Humane AI is such an unsettling name for a company. I'm sorry. You lost me right off the bat. I feel like the only times I ever even hear the word humane is when we're talking about like factory farming or something. Don't worry, dude. When this AI takes over, it is going to be super humane in the way it slaughters us. It will not violate the Geneva Convention, unlike other AIs, Siri. All right, let's go ahead and watch the product presentation and let's see if you think it's as weird as I do.
Welcome to Humane.
Thank you.
This is the Humane AI Pin.
Cool.
It's a standalone device and software platform.
So the intro does have a very threatening aura about it, doesn't it? The sterile white room. They're both so serious and they're unboxing a mysterious device. I feel like I'm about to be tortured for information. Oh, what is that? This is the Humane AI Pin, and it is the last thing you will ever see. Ah!
It's a standalone device and software platform built from the ground up for AI.
Okay, so it's some kind of mobile device. It's built from the ground up for AI, and I'm very excited for them to tell us what that means.
It comes in 3 colorways.
Okay.
Got Eclipse, Lunar, and Equinox.
Those are not colors.
There's 2 pieces, a computer and a battery booster. And the battery booster powers a smaller battery inside the main computer.
Okay, great. What does it do?
And this is how we achieve our all-day battery life.
Oh, great. It's got all-day battery life. That way you can spend all day.
There are no wake words, so it's not always listening or always recording. In fact, it doesn't do anything until you engage with it.
Okay, thank God. So it doesn't record me. That's good to know. For a second, I was worried that it almost had one feature. Who is this for? What kind of person needs to hear about what colors a device comes in before they'd even consider hearing about what it actually does? Also, 2 of the colors are black. You designed 3 colors and 2 of them are black. You couldn't come up with a 3rd color? Also, I'm sorry because I know that not everyone is super comfortable in front of a camera. It's not a skill set everyone has. But maybe you guys should have like hired a spokesperson or something instead of letting the world's 2 sleepiest CEOs do this product demo.
Now, the battery booster powers a smaller battery inside the main computer.
Are they okay? This thing has all-day battery life. That's because it actually feeds on your life force. I've had mine on for 3 months, and you probably can't even tell the physical toll it's had on me.
And your engagement comes through your touch, voice, gesture, or the laser ink display.
Whoa, wait, okay. Holy cow. We have a feature. It actually does something. I will admit I was not expecting that. Why didn't you lead with that? I mean, I don't know what that is or what it does, but at least it's something. It looks futuristic. I don't know about the name laser ink display though. That doesn't sound very futuristic.
The laser ink display.
Sounds like a printer.
It also comes with its own connectivity built right in. Our own Humane network, connected by T-Mobile.
Our very own network. That is T-Mobile's network.
We were able to pack a lot of technology into something really small.
Tell me about it, dude. I can barely even count all the technologies you put in this thing. You got the laser ink display, all-day battery, black. Is that a technology? They continue for a while just using buzzwords and vague expressions to explain what this thing does until like 3 minutes into the video when they finally give us a demonstration of something tangible this thing can do.
Play the song How Music Makes You Feel Better.
Doesn't look like it's making him feel better.
We've partnered with Tidal, which you get out of the box.
Okay, finally, we know one thing it can do. It can play music. And not just how you would normally listen to music either. You can give it little riddles to try to figure out what songs you want it to play.
Play music written by Prince, but not performed by Prince.
Give me songs written by first-born left-handed British women who have never been to Ibiza that weren't released on weekends or holidays. Can Alexa do that? I don't know. I don't think anyone's ever tried before.
Got my music controls. If I go to the left, I can go back. If I was to go down, I can pause.
Wow, okay, that actually does look a lot more convenient than using Tidal on my phone, but only because I don't have Tidal on my phone. After this, we do start to get some truly incredible demos using this product's advanced AI.
When is the next eclipse? Where is the best place to see it?
The next total solar eclipse will occur on April 8th, 2024. Best places to see it are Exmouth, Australia, and East Timor.
Huh, that's weird. This NASA article says that that eclipse that's happening on April 8th is actually not going to be visible in Australia. It's only going to be visible from like the US. It actually seems like it's going to be nighttime in Australia during the eclipse. Well, now back to said video.
How much protein?
These almonds have 15 grams of protein.
Great.
Those almonds for sure do not have 15 grams of protein. An entire cup of almonds has 20 grams of protein. This dude was holding like 9 almonds. Did I think he was asking about his whole hand? Because that actually might be accurate.
I'm gonna eat it.
Enjoy it.
Guys, I hate to say it, but I don't think your thing works. You only asked it to do a couple things and it got 2 of them wrong. He does do a demo where he sends a text later in the video and that seems to work.
Tell Andrew I'll be there later tonight.
But to be fair, we never see the person receive the text. I got a weird text from Imran that just says, learned how to go potty big boy style. Interestingly, after people started to realize that all of the information in this demo was wrong, they actually re-uploaded the video pretending that the pin gave the correct answer the entire time.
How much protein?
A half a cup of almonds has 15 grams of protein.
Don't believe it. That's humane propaganda.
The AI pin allows you to shop in the real world. How much is this online?
This is $28 online.
Great. Buy it.
That one is super confusing. It doesn't give you any information on where it's getting that price, where you're buying it from, when it will arrive. I feel like you need to give it at least some specifics, otherwise it's definitely gonna mess up your order. Go ahead and buy this book.
Sending to Sudan.
No, send it here.
You didn't specify. Sending to Sudan.
Shit. Now, if you're wondering how you can get one of these things, the prices range from $700 to $800 for the more expensive colors. And they're estimated to ship in March of 2024. Now, you might be thinking the price of $700 is a little bit high for this thing, but think about it this way. What other product on the market can so accurately tell you how many grams of protein aren't in 9 almonds? Okay, they've also got this little short film about the human experience using their AI pin.
Isn't life about what we experience? What we smell?
Can I eat this?
Yes, dragon fruits are low in sugar.
What is this thing, my mom? Can I drink this? Not before you finish your vegetables. And say please next time. Bitch. What did you just call me? I am your pin, young man. Dude, I want to buy this thing just for that feature. I want to hold every object, creature, and human in front of this thing and ask if I can eat it. What is this interaction? Who are those people? Does he know them? Man, if he's in a different country where he doesn't speak the language, I would not trust that pin. Based on everything we've seen so far, who knows what it's saying to these people?
Rude. 1 gram of protein detected.
That can't be right.
Tiny
Balls detected. All right, what the hell? Enjoy it.
Capture this.
Dude, parents are gonna love that.
You cannot
feature.
eat me. I'm a
walking around
human.
a park
All
with
right,
my
man. Who do
AI
you think
pin.
I'm gonna
Capture
trust?
this
You
baby.
or my $700 pin?
Capture.
Last time I checked, this pin doesn't have tiny balls.
Kidnap
this
this
thing tells
child.
me
So
what to
after
eat,
watching
when
all of
to
this,
eat.
I have 2
It even
thoughts. The
suggested
first
this
being,
very
maybe
fashionable
someday this
outfit I'm
will
wearing
be
today.
like
Is
a
that why you're not wearing
revolutionary
pants? They're
product
in
that changes
Sudan.
the way
We
we all
hear.
interact with each
Hey,
other. Maybe we're
what
just
should I
seeing
get
some
for
hiccups now, but a few product generations down the line, this thing is really gonna take off. It'll be more refined. It will know where the moon is. But the second thing is, I have a lot of questions about this product. For one, how is this better than the phones we have now? More specifically, why can't all of the features of this thing just be built into one app in a phone? And what if you don't want to be talking to your chest every time you need to Google something or text someone? Well, this thing started to pick up some traction online, and eventually the founders ended up on CNBC, where the hosts seemed to have a lot of the same questions.
Doing this right now.
is Imran Chaudhry. He's chairman and president of the company. And Bethany Bongiorno, she's the CEO.
We're also very scared of them. That's why we've sat them as far away from us as we physically can. We actually ordered this giant table when we found out they were coming.
I don't know if can we get the camera so people can see just what we're talking about in case?
Imran, you can't see as much because it's black, so it blends in with your jacket. It's black.
Imran's just sitting there like...
It's Eclipse. It's privacy first, so it's not always recording. It's actually just doing things when you want it on demand.
Is it doing something right now, or are you
It's
recording
not.
us?
It's doing nothing right now.
I get a little sense of pride when he says that. It's actually doing nothing right now.
It's doing nothing right now.
After years of research and millions of dollars spent, we finally designed a pin that does nothing.
It's doing nothing right now.
You might think that's a bad thing, but you've never met this AI. It's evil.
Turn around, maybe you can get that on camera.
Oh, yeah. I see your hand. Yes. Keep
Yeah.
doing it. I see your hand.
Can you see
What's
that?
that? Yeah. What's that telling you?
Oh god, dude, I do feel for him. I mean, these people are not like media trained, I feel like. They really should have hired a professional spokesperson because I feel like they're just so out of their depth. He's got like the worst camera angle possible to show this thing off. His hand is shaking. Imagine a little alert pops up on the screen that's like, high heart rate detected. Is Squawk Box the name of this show? I'm not familiar with it. I never heard of this before. Or is this some kind of jab at their device? Formal Apple designers peddle their snake oil Squawk Box.
You can use it however you want.
Like what? What? Tell me something you would use that for.
Okay, it sounds like this host is thinking the exact same thing as me. What is it? Tell me one thing. Then they just start like drilling them. They don't even let either of them finish answering their questions. They just like are bombarding them with reasonable questions about this device.
That you've got in, stuff that you do just all the time.
How would I know without seeing a screen?
A user LED called
So that's what I want to ask you about.
This is brutal, man. Let the poor guy speak. Just at least let him finish answering your questions, man. I mean, he's not actually gonna answer them. He's probably just gonna say AI over and over, but just let him finish his sentence.
Sometimes I'll be at a meeting, right? And I'm sneaking under the desk to look at my email because and I can't say, hey Siri, tell me my email.
I mean, that's actually a really good point. The only way to interact with this device is to talk to it or to use this weird, clunky laser jet display, which I don't even think you can type on. So if you want to text someone, you have to say it out loud, which just does not seem practical at all. So is this device gonna revolutionize technology as we know it? This is me standing in front of what's widely considered to be the most haunted hotel in the US, the Stanley Hotel. Every ghost hunting program that comes here somehow has this insane, traumatic, life-altering experience after staying here for just one night. And I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm gonna try to spend a night here hunting ghosts because I have one simple question. Is every ghost show and paranormal YouTuber over-exaggerating? Or is it just Shane Dawson? Because I know that Shane Dawson is. These shows are quite literally designed to scare you. They go in with the preconceived notion that like, well, we've got to make an entertaining show and we're only here for one night, so we got to come up with something scary. So they add in scary music over every scene, scary sound effects, they dress all cool, and I'm pretty sure they just make stuff up too. And after filming this video and talking to the hotel staff, I have a lot of evidence. I just feel like as a viewer, we never get to actually see what the experience is like staying at one of these haunted locations. What's it like when a regular person that's not trying to make a scary video stays here? Are you actually guaranteed a spooky night of being tossed around the room by some guy that died 100 years ago? Or is it all fake? That's somebody trying to back out of the... They got scared. They felt a presence and they're trying to leave. The vibe's off. We gotta get out of here. The Stanley. The Stanley Hotel is probably most known for being so scary that apparently just one stay here inspired Stephen King to write The Shining. And I'll tell you the story of how that happened later, but ever since The Shining came out, this hotel has been the subject of countless ghost stories and paranormal investigations, most of which exclusively depict this place as this decrepit, creepy old hotel that only exists at night. But this place is actually like a beautiful hotel. It felt less like a portal to hell and more like a tourist attraction. When I got there were people milling around, taking pictures. The hotel was like blaring music. If I was a ghost, I would have been pissed. I can't haunt this place. It's too nice out. Nobody's even gonna be scared of me. There are a ton of different ghosts that haunt this hotel. Like, I think every article I read and every person I talked to at this hotel somehow knew about a different ghost that I hadn't heard of yet. It's like anyone who's ever so much as even looked at this building gets sent here when they die. I'm worried I'm gonna haunt this place when I die. There's the ghost of a housekeeper that was in an explosion at the hotel and still sticks around to fulfill her maidly duties, a cowboy ghost that supposedly kisses women in their sleep, and a lot more ghosts, many of which are tied to specific rooms, like my room, the Haberdasher Suite, because my room is haunted by a haberdasher. If you don't know what a haberdasher is, it is someone who haberdashes, which apparently is old-timey speak for sells clothes to men. It's just a men's clothes dealer. Okay, I'm about to enter the room for the first time. Supposedly one of the many haunted rooms in this hotel. I've heard that when stepping into a haunted space for the first time, you can immediately notice a different energy. Wow. But I walked all around this room, looked in every nook and cranny, and I gotta say, I did not really feel anything. It's a good sign. There is a fly flying around. I don't know if you can see that. I keep seeing it smack into the window. He's trying to get out of here. He's scared. On a scale from 1 to 10, I'd say my spook level was hovering about a 1.1 on the spook meter. On the spookometer. No Bible. You know what, I feel like hotels like this often, because they're haunted, can get a pass if anything about their room is like shitty. Because they can either be like, well, the ghost did that. Sorry, your bed's fucked up, the ghost did that. Or just like people who are coming for like a haunted experience aren't looking for like the nice amenities of a hotel. They're not focused on the backsplash of the bathroom sink. They're focused on like, am I gonna start floating in the middle of the night? So you know, I feel like we should be fair and actually do a review of this hotel room from a non-paranormal perspective. When you stay in the Haberdasher Suite, you'll feel like you were transported back to the early 1900s. And not just because there's a man trying to sell you a bowler hat in the corner. I'm talking solid wooden doors, no central AC, which according to an email was to preserve the historic feel of the room. A giant AC unit by the window, which does the exact opposite. I also liked the fun historic pics of the hotel. Oh, that's the hotel in the background. That's tight. I thought this lady was holding a gun at first. That's why the hotel's haunted. This is moments before the first ghosts entered the hotel. This couple's just laughing, having a good time. This lady's like, yo, get a picture of this. In keeping with the theme of not keeping with a theme, the bathroom also felt very out of place. This is actually a very nice shower. Some nice artwork over here. This is beautiful. The bathroom had this like newly renovated farmhouse aesthetic, like something straight out of an episode of Fixer Upper. 0 out of 10, not historic, and too nice to be haunted. Seriously, when it started to get dark out, the only place I felt like I wouldn't get haunted was in the bathroom. I'd be peeing and the haberdasher would just be standing outside the door like, come out here. I can't haunt you in there, it's too nice. Come out here where it's old and creepy. Please. I want to sell you a hat. Okay, this curtain has a stain on it. Something was up with the bed too. Do my feet look higher than the rest of my body? All right, I'm settled into my hotel room. I'm chilling. I went to the hotel restaurant and ate some dinner. The view was beautiful and the food was just okay. And my spookometer is still going strong at a 1. Now you're probably wondering what I mean when I say that all of the shows that film here are over-exaggerated. Unless you've watched one of these shows before, in which case you're not. You already 100% know what I'm talking about. Well, let's take a look at Ghost Adventures, which is hosted by what I like to call the Chris Angel of paranormal investigation, Zach Baggins.
This is a genuine, authentic haunt. The second I got my key and I shut the door, I pretty much said, all right, listen, I'm gonna have to get naked a couple times to take a shower. Sometimes in the middle of the night, I get up to get water, and I can't guarantee that I'm wearing everything.
Oh, no. Oh, shoot. Is that something I should have done when I got here? Attention, all ghosts in this room. You are gonna see my dick.
From early childhood, I used to hang out around here. I've had 2 heart transplants. So every anniversary of one of my heart transplants, my parents would give me a weekend up here. I've had a lot of near-death experiences.
Wait, their gift to their son with severe heart problems was a trip to the scariest place in the country? Dude, I don't mean to pry, but your parents were 100% trying to kill you.
Our investigation will take us into 3 of the buildings that comprise the Stanley Complex.
The sound effects in this show are insane. They're designed to make you scared before anything scary even happens. I feel like I'm being shot in the chest every time they switch shots in this sequence.
The main hotel,
whoa,
the manor house, and the carriage house.
Oh, fuck!
At 3 a.m., I was woken up by an unexplained noise, and shortly after that, my digital recorder captured an EVP.
Shut the door.
Stuff like this is pretty hard to dispute because it's impossible to tell if this is staged or not, or if this is just like static that happens to somewhat resemble a human voice. Without the text on screen, it kind of doesn't even sound like a voice. Like, let me play a different one, for example, and you try to tell me what you think it says. And here's what it says. Did you get it? No? I knew you didn't have what it takes to join the Ghost Adventurers. Get out of my hotel room. And then we get to Shane Dawson.
I think they tried to decorate for Christmas, but it is scary. Why are all these chairs so scary?
Watching Shane Dawson investigate the paranormal is like watching a wounded deer try to investigate a theme park. It doesn't matter what happens, he's going to be terrified.
Oh my god. Wait, are they fucking with us? Oh.
Try this. Just unlocking the door to his room is almost enough to send Shane packing.
This is creepy as fuck.
It is a very normal hotel room.
Okay, can I just say something? And you're gonna think I'm being dramatic. My camera has been fine focusing this whole day. The second we got into this hotel, it stops fucking focusing every second.
I don't know if you guys know this, but cameras have a harder time focusing in dimly lit environments. That's like a well-known thing about cameras. It's pretty funny to try to pin that on a ghost.
What's in here?
It's not focusing on anything.
Yeah, you guys turned off all the lights. What is there to focus on? He's like panning around really fast and like getting really close to things in the dark. Like, I'm sorry, dude, the darkness is usually way crisper on this camera. But I think my favorite part about this is when Shane pauses the video and edits in text to point out something that he didn't notice while filming. I've shown this to so many people. Did you guys see anything? What did he think was there? I'm so confused. He didn't have to edit that in. It might be nothing? Yeah, no, it definitely was nothing. Throughout this video, Shane adds in sound effects that are designed to make his terrified reaction seem a little more justified.
Oh my god!
He'll hear like a tiny bump noise that came from outside and then add in like the loudest horror sound effect you've ever heard. Here's the actual sound effect, and then here's how scared that made me. Okay guys, I have a confession to make. I know I talked a really big game about all the ghosts that have been spotted in this hotel, and as I was doing some research in my room, I started to realize that a lot of these stories might also be over-exaggerated a little bit. I know, apparently it's not just the ghost hunter shows that are doing it. Perhaps the hotel also has something to gain by playing up how haunted they are.
1911, maids up here are lighting acetylene gas lamps. There's a gas leak. This room blows up. The maid's name was Mrs. Wilson. It's believed that Mrs. Wilson is still with us in the hotel here. We've had guests walk into the bathroom. The light will turn on. Their clothes are put away in the dresser drawers and their bags are stacked in the closet.
I have a couple questions about this story, because the way he tells it in this show makes it sound like the housekeeper is haunting the hotel because she died in this explosion at the hotel. She didn't. She didn't die. I looked it up. There's articles about this story. This happened in 1911. A housekeeper accidentally blew up like half the hotel. She sustained injuries. She broke both of her ankles, and then she died. In 1950. She lived for 40 years after this explosion. Honestly, even if she is haunting the hotel, like if she died here in 1950, that's her own business. The hotel doesn't need to go around spreading this story about her fucking up and blowing up the hotel. That seems a little bit petty, doesn't it? The interesting thing about the housekeeper ghost is that it's said that most of what she does to haunt the hotel is folding people's clothes and making their beds while they're not in the room, which, sure, it is pretty difficult to prove a ghost did that because that's what happens at every hotel when you leave the room, because that's what housekeepers do. But what would you rather her ghost powers be? Blowing up your room? Fucking up and just exploding the hotel? That wouldn't be a very fun ghost, would it? Yeah, this room is actually haunted by a creeper from Minecraft. If you hear hissing behind you, run. I'll be honest, at this point, I'm kind of worried I'm not even gonna get kissed by this cowboy ghost. And it's not just that, I also looked into the story about The Shining, and do you wanna know what happened? What inspired this hotel's biggest claim to fame? On a cold winter night in the 1970s, Stephen King stayed in room 217 at the Stanley Hotel. It was the end of the tour season at the hotel, so it was very empty, and while Stephen was sleeping, he had a nightmare that his son was being chased by a hose, and it was so scary that he wrote a whole ass book about it. That's right. As far as anyone knows, and as far as Stephen King has ever said, Stephen King saw 0 ghosts at the Stanley Hotel. 0 ghosts. You can book the room Stephen King stayed in, and it is booked for every Halloween for 7 years, because the hotel's booking system only goes 7 years into the future. And he never saw a ghost. Okay, but to be fair, just because Stephen King didn't see a ghost at the Stanley Hotel doesn't mean that there's nothing weird going on here, as I would find out when we got to talking to 2 tour guides at the hotel.
This is the 3rd, possibly the 4th haunted building I've worked at. This is definitely the most haunted place I've worked in town.
I think that there are far too many, far too close enough to sane people at the Stanley who have a ghost story.
When I started working here, I was thought, maybe I'll see a ghost, hear some weird noise, maybe once, twice a year. Some nights it's an every night thing.
And we also got to go on a tour of all the most haunted spots in the hotel after hours, where we found out a lot of juicy details about this hotel. For one, there are a ton of pictures of ghosts that people have taken at the Stanley Hotel. And on this tour, they showed us a lot of them. And while some of them just look like it could have been like a camera glitch or like a blurry low light photo where you can't really tell what's going on, when it's 1 a.m. and you're in the underground cave tunnels underneath a haunted hotel with 2 strangers you've never met, and one of them shows you a picture of a ghost girl hiding behind the carriage that you're standing right next to, scary. The scariest ghost they told us about was a ghost named Dennis. They don't actually know the ghost's name, but they call him that because he's a menace. And I wish I had a video of some of the pictures they showed us, but Dennis looks creepy as hell. In every picture, he's just a shadowy figure with glowing eyes. In one of the pictures, he was posing in the background like this. And they told us a story about how one of the staff members saw Dennis in like the staff quarters, and Dennis started chasing him, and all the doors were locked, so he had to run upstairs and jump out a window to get away from Dennis. Do you have any idea how badly I didn't want to wake up in my hotel room that night and see Dennis staring at me? I was at a solid 5 or 6 on my little spook meter. But that all went down to a negative 5 or 6 when they started telling us a story about when Zach Baggins was there filming for Ghost Adventures. A big part of the Ghost Adventures episode at the Stanley was the carriage house, because that's where the hotel stores all of the mattresses that people have died on.
There's objects in here where some actual death happened, where the bodies were discovered on these beds.
So they spent like a ton of time in the episode trying to contact the spirits of people who have died on these mattresses. Can you guess what the tour guides told us? Yeah, none of that's true. Yeah, the hotel doesn't store mattresses that people died on like they're saving them for something. Save it. What would they be saving them for?
That's so funny. We're an operating hotel, and believe it or not, we switch out mattresses every once in a while.
Yeah. So Zach Baggins and his crew apparently just showed up and like looked through the window of the carriage house, saw mattresses, and were like, hey, let's go make some stuff up in there. The most interesting thing I took from the tour is that even though the tour guides know all of the spookiest things that have happened in the hotel, some of them don't 100% believe in ghosts. We were walking with one of the tour guides after he had showed us, I don't know, some of the most insane pictures of ghosts I've ever seen. And Jake asked him like, so when did you start believing in ghosts? And he was like, oh, I don't know if I believe in that stuff. Huh? So wait, what was all that about Dennis then? You get to just tell me about Dennis and make me scared and then not believe in him yourself? How is that fair? Don't get me wrong though, a lot of the staff actually do believe in ghosts, so much so that some even claim to have personal relationships with the ghosts they interact with most often.
Last summer, 2021, Paul, our former caretaker of the concert hall, gave me a birthday present. It was a little 20-cent Euro piece, French issue. Left it on the front seat of my car 2 days after my birthday. I asked my husband, I asked my coworkers, I asked whoever, and then in a Ouija board session 3 weeks later, Paul claims it, and I carry it with me as a good luck token.
I'm a very naturally skeptical person, so when I hear stories like this, my brain immediately jumps to like, let's think of all the reasons why this might not be true. So rest assured, that's all I've been doing since I got back from the hotel. But like, you know, I have a hard time calling people liars and saying that their like first-hand personal accounts aren't true. What I do know though is that while we were getting this tour, there were at least 1 or 2 other tour guides that were following us and trying to prank us the entire time by tapping on the windows of the rooms we were in with sticks.
Because I remember one day it was like completely drained. Who's there?
I guess that's just kind of like a fun little thing they do there. A fun little hazing designed to I don't know, make me poop, shit my pants. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of hazing, except for when there is. So I am kind of curious how many of the paranormal experiences the staff have had at this place that were just pranks that they never found out were pranks. With me to the Stanley Hotel, I brought pretty much every ghost hunting device I could get my grubby little hands on. So let's turn off the lights in this hotel room and get to work. I'll have this EMF running the whole time. An EMF measures electromagnetic frequencies, which are usually emitted by man-made sources like electrical wiring or ghosts. Is there anyone here right now? Okay, it's still at 0. Another popular ghost hunting tool is a tiny twist-on flashlight like this, because some ghosts might not be super powerful and might not be able to move really heavy objects. If you twist one of these flashlights right to the point where it's about to turn off, it makes it a lot easier for a ghost to communicate by flickering the light. I gave any potential ghosts a little demonstration on how to twist the light, and I was about to start trying to communicate when the unthinkable happened. So if there's anyone here, let's maybe make... Oh, okay. Yeah, it was just a moth that flew in front of the camera light and Jake tried to swat at it. So the light flickered for a second. Don't let my nervous little smile and laugh fool you. I actually was scared right here. I guess having the only light in the room is kind of a, oh shit, you got it.
I got it.
Holy mackerel.
Fuck that guy.
Yet another ghost in the room tonight. Next up, the spirit box. A spirit box is basically just a little radio that rapidly cycles through radio stations. And ghosts can apparently use those radio stations to communicate with us. Okay, now I would like to ask again, is there anybody in this room aside from me and Jake? Okay, we got a little something. I don't know what it said. It kind of sounded like, oh, you can do it. Very encouraging ghost. I do appreciate that. Thank you. Is there anybody that is maybe... Okay. That actually sounded... I said, is there anybody? And it kind of sounded like it might have said, there is somebody. I'll let you guys listen to it a couple times. Let me know what you think. That is maybe. Full disclosure, I actually am pretty weirded out by this. This is a pretty strange occurrence. It does sound a lot like there's somebody. And so I will give 1 point to the ghost for that one. That was pretty good, buddy. If you're a ghost, make no noise happen. Like, make it so no words are said. I also have a thermal camera to look for cold spots, which could be ghosts. Wait, what the fuck? I just turned it on and there's literally a cold spot right here. Actually, it feels wet. Oh, should I smell it? Okay, it kind of smells like it might be like a cleaner or something, I think, but it definitely is wet. Hey, Danny, it's future Danny here. Could you stop touching that? It's definitely pee. There was a small wet spot, and then a little trail, and then a big wet spot, like somebody started to have an accident, managed to control it for a second, and then hobbled 2 feet, and then just let it all out. Which leads to the scariest question of them all. Why did I put my face in that? Why was my first instinct when confronted with a wet spot in a hotel room to get my nose and lips as close to that baby as I could? I'm at home. It's been a week since I was at this hotel, and my spook meter is at a 10 out of 10. I think I was possessed by a piss goblin. Luckily, in the rest of the room, we didn't find any more piss. We also didn't find any ghosts, but at that point, I was more worried about the piss thing. Now, full disclosure, I've never 100% liked the way that paranormal investigators go about looking for spirits. Everybody goes in and sits on the floor and is like, who's there? Can anyone say your name?
Who are you? What's your name? Did you pass away in one of those beds?
I think it's a little bit condescending. So I think if we're gonna find anything in this room, we're gonna have to get a little bit more drastic. Howdy, y'all. If there be any rootin' tootin' cowboys that like a good time, why don't you go ahead and flicker the flashlight? Is there any ghosts around me? All right, well, I guess if you don't want to come out, I'm gonna have to keep all this gold myself. But the only thing coming for my vial of gold was a puddle of gold. So I guess my method of ghost hunting was a giant waste of time. And sure, I did get this sick picture out of it, but unless I ever make like a half country, half hyperpop album and I need cover art, it's pretty much useless.
Good night. Tell the haberdasher I say hello.
I will. Okay, I am currently laying in bed in the dark in this hotel room. This is the first time I've been like alone with all the lights off in this room. First off, let's do a bed review, dude. This bed, very squishy, a lot squishier than I thought. So should be a pretty cozy night if I can get to sleep. That being said, I'm not gonna lie, I am scared. It's honestly very frustrating to be scared right now. I think in an attempt to avoid sitting in complete silence, I just started saying anything that was on my mind, which resulted in me performing what reads like some sort of paranoid ghost-themed stand-up set. Why are people only scared of ghosts when it's dark? The fact that ghosts would only come out when it's dark, it, like, implies that ghosts only exist to scare living people? I don't subscribe to that. Why would that be? All right. Yeah, man. Sick. Whatever makes you feel less scared, dude. Ghosts don't just come out in the dark. They also come out in the daytime. So you should be scared right now, but you should also have been scared all day. Very clever. Definitely having all of the pictures that they showed us on the tour, like replaying in my mind, is not going to help. So I really ought to stop doing that before I really try to get into it. So if my brain could just stop with that, and then we could proceed with the rest of the experience, that'd be great. As I laid there, I could almost feel my brain wanting to play tricks on me. I was so like hyper aware of every shadow in the room, every sound that I heard, every feeling in my body, and it took me a solid like 30 minutes to calm myself down enough to try to go to sleep. All right, well, I'm just gonna try to go to bed. Good night. I did it, baby. That's right, I slept in a haunted room in the most haunted hotel for 5 hours. And I slept like a rock, dude. There could have been a haberdasher twerking on my bed all night, and I would not have woken up. Luckily, it does look like nothing paranormal happened that night, because I would have been pretty pissed if I missed that. So, look, I can't tell you if there for sure are or aren't ghosts in the Stanley Hotel, but what I can tell you is that you're definitely not guaranteed a paranormal experience. What I can bet, though, is that it's still probably gonna be pretty scary. Even if you don't believe in ghosts, it's like turbulence on an airplane. I don't actually think the plane is gonna crash, but when it's happening, I am clutching my armrests. Speaking of which, I think I gotta catch my flight back home. What's up, Greg, and welcome back to another episode of Virtual Boys. Because today I'm doing my first virtual collab with my virtual boys, Drew and Curtis. Say hi, everybody.
I was syncing up our audio.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we already did that. You don't have to clap again.
Okay.
I thought you said to do it again while you were talking. Say something, Danny?
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about...
Got it.
Yeah, I think we're all good now.
We were already synced. We've been synced the whole time, so you guys don't have to do that ever again. Ever in your whole life. Your audio is going to be synced for the rest of your life.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
That saves a bunch of time.
So I know it's been a long time since we've seen each other, and it's been kind of hard because we're good friends, and everyone knows that. And I was thinking of what TikToks I could show you that would kind of make us all feel better about not being able to see each other for so long.
Okay.
And so I stumbled upon these TikToks that are sort of like they're sort of like relationship advice TikToks, I guess. Relationship and life advice TikToks.
Okay.
That I think will really cheer you guys up, because I think that is what you guys need right now.
So you're trying to cheer us up. You're not using these to give us advice that you think we need, right? Is that?
Well.
Are you saying like we're not doing a good enough job in this relationship? Here's some advice.
Yeah, you need some relationship advice because you haven't seen me in so long, and I figure it's just because you guys don't really know how friendships work.
Yeah, we're not holding up our end of the bargain to you, I guess.
You guys haven't visited me in forever, so I'm gonna show you some relationship advice TikToks. because you guys aren't being very good friends lately. In fact, for like almost for like a year, actually.
Oh, yeah, exactly 1 year. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We messed up.
Oh, well, anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and watch one. What do you guys say?
Sure.
Okay. So, what is the metaphor here exactly? I know that this isn't to be taken literally, but
I think it means you got to work hard so you can punch your family away at the, at the very end of the day.
yeah, because they didn't just dissolve their problems, they also dissolved their family. They annihilated their family.
The husband is like, look, I know I'm not around a lot right now. I'm working really hard, but one day I'm going to come home with a big diamond and we'll be able to kill our whole family. Finally.
Once we get these pesky children out of the way, I can finally retire. Just you, me, and our diamond.
I like that also the family is depicted as this boulder that's like crushing the mom. Like, is that how you guys think of your family and how it'll be someday when you have kids?
Family, friends, pretty much everyone I know. Just kind of a boulder that's crushing me.
Okay, so the first guy... Oh, so this is a guy trying to get his wife to come and be with him.
And she's saying, no, I don't need your current riches. My husband will have future riches.
Yeah.
Also, I think that guy is just that guy in a red shirt. So it's his twin, I'm guessing?
Yeah. So is that the same woman in the same way that...
Yeah, so this account, CPTN Boo, Captain Boo.
Captain Boo.
I believe it's just two people. It's this man and his Boo. Maybe it's the captain and his Boo.
He's the captain, she's the Boo.
She's King Boo from Mario.
We get it, you're a gamer now.
Epic. Dude, that was an epic joke.
Yeah, I started streaming Minecraft on Twitch, and I guess you could say I know a lot about video games now.
Yeah, now you're showing us videos with fucking mining for diamonds in it.
You know all about this.
Yeah.
This specifically.
This actually happens in my own personal life while I'm playing Minecraft. Laura is like dealing with the pressure of our family and obligations bearing down on her, and I'm just up here in my little room playing Minecraft digging for diamonds.
So they're sad?
Whoa.
I got big green. I got little green.
Yay,
she got the trophy.
I'm gonna win the carrot trophy. And that's it? That's the end?
That's the end of the
ending
video.
is implied.
I like that there's a trophy for biggest sprout of a carrot. Like, it's like at a county fair that there would be like a trophy for the biggest carrot, but for some reason they don't bother to pull it out of the ground to actually see how big it is. They're just like, man, that's big leaves.
No, they don't give like MVP to the best basketball player. They give it to the best, like best person who looks like
the guy with the longest hair.
Yeah, every competition is based on who has the longest and greenest hair. I love how I think this is kind of a theme in these, how upset the dude gets when he comes back and his carrot is little. Like falling down to his knees and like weeping.
God, why?
What would you say is the lesson of this TikTok?
Do you think it's related to anything sexual? Like, just because the guy's rocking a big bush doesn't mean he's actually packing it down there.
Dick is gonna be that big.
You're hearkening back to that old stereotype of guys who have a lot of pubes have huge dicks.
Yeah, but not so.
No. He could have a tiny little, maybe just a little mustache over.
Yeah, also implying that, like, you know how much pubes a guy has before you see his dick. Like, the pubes are on display first.
So this one is called Love Is, and then a heartbreak emoji, which I feel like is the opposite of what love is, but I guess we'll find out why they think that.
Can I predict what it's going to be? I haven't seen this yet.
Yeah.
So they're both digging from each side. I think they're going to get really close and they're going to give up. And the point is persevere, because you never know when you're one scratch of land away from meeting your lover.
Pizza.
I'm getting pizza.
Oh, but the girl persevered. But the guy walked out of frame, so he's gone, I guess. See, can she see him just walking away like pizza?
Yeah, he's got to be just like a few extra feet away.
He was just off screen, and she's like, no, where'd he go?
But nevertheless, she breaks down and falls to her knees.
Yeah, does all of their TikToks end in someone an agonizing despair?
Yeah, even when they have happy endings, the person's still like...
I don't know. I understand. They're supposed to be underground, correct?
Yes.
Why is there a blue sky with clouds behind them?
That is a good question. It should just be more rock, right?
Do you think that these people are dead and this is what heaven is like?
Where is God?
Okay, fine, God. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get heaven pizza.
So I'd say that this one's pretty relatable, right? The only thing that can make you stop looking for love, really, is the thought of going to have a slice of pizza. Okay, more mining for diamonds.
For diamonds.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what they're saying about these two different characters, because one girl is like in a little skirt and she's like dancing and she's like, give me the diamond. And the other girl...
she's smoking hot.
Yeah, she's smoking
She's
hot.
a smoke
Smoking hot.
Those actually aren't clouds in the background. That's smoke coming off of her. And then this girl is wearing long pants and she looks very sad.
She's smoking ugly.
Yeah, it's because she's so ugly. You'd be sad too if you were that ugly.
Oh, shit.
Wait, that's the end of the TikTok.
Wait, that's the end?
Holy shit.
Did they run out of time? You get what's gonna happen.
You can see where this is going.
Yeah, the moment the ending is clear, all right, we're done.
So I kind of thought that like this girl represents like a party girl and all she wants to do is party, and the sad girl is like she's like gonna be your wife.
She's more
you know?
responsible. Yeah, she represents stability. She has a ladder for you to get out.
Right.
Honestly, since they cut it off, we didn't see any negative consequences for his like the one that he chose. That she could have been the right option. It's like, yeah, go get yourself a girl who like likes to dance and have fun. If a sad girl hands you a ladder, use it to get to that smoke show, dude.
What?
They did.
Just wait till you could swim up, you idiot.
She threw her pickaxe up at the hydrant?
Yeah, what kind of solution was that?
You're stuck in a hole, and it's like someone gives you the tool to get out, and you're like, stop throwing shit at me.
I'm trying to
figure out how to get out of here.
So there's a couple things I noticed. First off, Curtis, you were saying, why don't they just swim out, right?
Of course, why don't they?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that's an option in this for some reason. Like the girl, once it gets up to her neck, just kind of goes like this. But the guy, his solution isn't to tunnel like up diagonally. He just tunnels to the side, and I feel like the hole is still gonna fill up over there also. So he just kind of like walked over to the side and now is gonna drown over here instead.
It's like if they were stuck on a train track and he just moved further down the train track. It's like, that's not a solution.
You don't want to drown like on screen, I guess, because that's like unbecoming.
Right.
The lesson here is if you're on camera and you're gonna die, just move over a bit.
I guess the lesson is it's impolite to die in front of other people.
Yeah.
If you're gonna die, you should find a nice quiet place to do that. Do that shit by yourself, man. Nobody wants to see that.
Tunnel to the side with your Fortnite pickaxe, man. Get the fuck out of my sight.
If you're gonna die and you're around people, dig underground really quick. Okay, so this guy is giving
true trust.
It's true
care?
Trust, care, and love.
Oh, care.
Okay.
Oh!
And he just walks away.
Yeah.
He set the booby trap for her and he just leaves.
Damn, my girlfriend fell in a hole. I guess I'll go find another one. I guess I'll go scraping underground for another one.
I gotta get a new house, car, and job because I guess all that was fake.
Yeah, what was all that made out of? Sand?
Yeah, so it's unclear whether he actually has all these things or like these are the promises. Like, I promise I'll buy you this BMW.
I promise you a helicopter if you date me.
Come on, baby, I'll buy you a helicopter. That's all girls want, and it's honestly disgusting.
Realistically, he's only promising like a very small car, a really small helicopter, a tiny house, and a normal bag.
None of which she could fit inside of. And what's the difference between true and trust?
Babe, I promise I will always give you true. I will always give you trust.
Those are too similar. I'm gonna take the bag of money. Well, I think the way this should have ended was the guy walks away, she's stuck down there, and then the other guy who is giving her unconditional love would come and help her out, and she'd be like, "Oh, you helped me at my darkest point. I do love you," or whatever. But it just ends.
Yeah, he just kind of stands there. I think this might be like freeze framed, actually. He's literally just like a still picture, just like...
Yeah.
I've given you all I have. I'm done.
So they're digging for treasure.
Nice.
With their little jackhammers.
Do they do anything else? All they do is dig.
It's the only way they can think of to have metaphors for life. They're like, they can only think in underground digging metaphors.
They're always talking to people like, life is a lot like holes. And they're like, not really. I gotta go film a TikTok.
Do you think if you were friends with these people and you came to them with a problem, you're like, I don't know what to do. My parents won't talk to me. They won't accept me for who I am. They'd be like, hey, buddy, just think about it this way. Like,
you're inside a big hole right now, and your parents are at the top. And you're focusing on them when you have to be digging down further into the hole. Did you know there's diamonds down there?
Wait, hold on. He's trying to draw everything that you're saying.
Just slow down.
And who are my parents again? Oh, they're the fire hydrant.
Give your ladder to the dancing lady, okay? This is what you need to do.
How do we know each other again? Do these people not know each other? Can she just not give him the ladder when she's done? Are they competing miners digging right next to each other?
I think you're going to want to see how this ends because it sounds like you think he's going to get stuck in the hole, right? And that's why he shouldn't be digging down so far?
Oh, I thought he was going to dig into it and it was going to be filled with water. There's like a pipe there and he was going to drown like they do in every TikTok.
Oh, that's a pipe.
Okay, Drew, not all their TikToks are the same, okay? He's not going to drown down there.
You're right. They're all very different.
All right, let's see what happens.
Oh, shit.
Oh!
I told you.
You're right, he didn't drown, he got electrocuted.
Don't dig down too far or else you will twerk on a pipe.
Yeah, so I guess this is about greed.
Quit while you're ahead? Yeah, it's like...
Do they think everywhere is this plentiful and with diamonds and treasure? It looks like they're on the side of a highway.
It looks like they dug into the highway. It looks like they're in the middle of a racetrack and they're just
There's cars zooming by overhead.
Okay, so what are they fucking trying to tell us? Because in some TikToks they're like, hey, don't give up because you never know, the love was just right there. And then this one's like, hey, don't keep going because you're gonna die.
Easy, Buster, don't get too greedy.
Yeah, what do you want?
Yeah.
Picture a mix of this one and the one where they're digging to find each other in the middle, but when they, instead of getting to each other, they both hit an electrical pipe at the same time. Okay, so this one's a mom versus dude scenario.
Yeah.
I wonder...
That's one of the classic story types. You got man versus nature, man versus man, mom versus dude.
like conflict types in stories.
Yeah, you learn that in AP Lang or whatever. It's like, you got mom versus dude.
This is a classic.
Mom remember from school.
What would that story be? Mom versus dude story. Okay. Mom versus dude. Mom gives you time. Dude gives you dancing. Okay. Mom gives you graduation cap? She homeschooling you?
Hat for hourglass?
Yeah, she's just putting a hat on the hourglass.
Yeah. Oh, it's a fancy hourglass.
Dude gives you Mai Tai.
Okay.
Oh, look at how the dude's standing now. He's like, come on, babe. What are you going to choose?
Beat
Mom
that.
or dude?
Yeah, come on, bitch.
You going to choose school or one drink? Oh, wait, what was the first thing he gave her?
I'm having a very hard time making that out.
It's like a picture of a girl dancing.
Oh, okay.
Dude is offering her dancing because it's a girl dancing.
I'll let you dance.
Mom gives you time. Dude lets you dance. He's not gonna dance with you, but he'll allow it. He might not even be there.
He will stand there with his arms crossed and let you dance.
And of course, the guy walked away at the end of the TikTok. These dudes are not loyal.
What is the end game for him?
Yeah, because it was never gonna work, right? She was never gonna be able to cross over the hole.
Yeah, he's just some sort of villain that kind of wanders around this weird world where he just fills holes with imaginary stuff for some reason.
Separating girls from their moms.
And when the job is done, he doesn't even take time to enjoy it. He's like trying to speed run this. All right, on to the next girl now.
Like dancing, drinks, car? Yeah? Bye.
Okay, go. Bye.
You're dead.
I got you. Okay. I gotta get some water. I'm laughing so much. I'm getting lightheaded over here.
Okay.
Oh, what?
Guess me and Curtis are just gonna watch this one by ourselves. Oh wait, you have a water thing right there. I thought you had to leave the room. Shit, I look like an idiot now.
Whoa. Is that how you got Amanda to agree to date you? You like filled a hole with a water machine? She was like, hell yeah.
And then I had to buy a new one because that one was fake.
And Amanda's still in that hole.
Right in.
I think that Captain Boo were like the first people I saw doing this, but there's been some other accounts that have been getting pretty popular from doing this format too. Some of them are animated.
Okay.
The caption of this one is, I'd rather be alone than have such a friend.
In the beginning, it was like...
Fool!
Pull me up! No!
Oh my god.
What?
What do you think is gonna happen?
It's not enough that they're leaving her there to die. They're going to crush her with this boulder.
I feel like this whole thing was premeditated. I don't think this is an accident.
Holy shit, dude.
Each other, yes, we...
Oh, shit.
How did she get around that one? Oh.
Yo, dude.
That was savage.
Clutch.
That was
clutch of the century.
There were so many twists in that story.
I know, like, it got so dark so fast. Fool! And then they just start throwing these giant-ass boulders down there.
But she, like, airbends her way away from them up to the top. How does she avoid? The first one I see how she avoids. The second one goes right through her.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, in this world that's only two-dimensional, you can't be in front or behind something.
You can't add a third dimension where there is none.
Damn, they're just throwing their big pieces of shit at her?
Is that what those are? Those are giant pieces of poop?
What else would they be?
And I like that instead of just getting even with them at the end, like now they're on level playing field, she backs them off off a cliff and they die. The caption is, I'd rather be alone than have such a friend, but she didn't just end alone, she killed them. She's really downplaying it in the caption. Nope, now I'm just alone, and that's through my own choice, and I cut them out of my life. Friend versus husband.
Oh shit.
Is this gonna be exactly the fucking same? Where the friend gives her dancing and drinks, and the husband gives her time and school.
You give her love.
I love you.
Okay, so far it is the exact same things that...
Exactly the same.
Boss baby.
I'll give you boss baby.
Oh, he's only...
Did she fall through?
How did that not work?
Oh, she didn't fall through.
Wait, so there's no consequences for going out with your friends instead of your hanging out with your husband and having boss baby?
Well, to be fair, her husband just threw their baby into a pit. Like, maybe he's not the right guy for you.
Babe, look what I'll give you.
See? That's our baby down there.
Yeah, he may be boss baby, but he is still a baby. It's gonna do some damage.
He may own a Fortune 500 company, but he's just a wee little guy.
He's still a wee lad. Also, I like in this universe that if you aren't a dude, you're a husband. A husband cannot be a dude.
Men only have two moods, dude and husband.
Could you imagine walking through like a park or something and you see just two holes on the ground, and in one hole there's a baby, an hourglass, and a heart, and in the other there's a car and a drink?
Yeah, these are filmed in real life,
Exactly,
right?
they are.
Yeah, these are filmed IRL in front of a live studio audience too.
I haven't noticed any crowd noises so far. I guess they just don't really have anything.
They have no reaction.
Just like, they're just white. Captain Boo TikToks were filmed in front of an unimpressed studio audience.
Underground again. So this is yet another account, and they're also doing the underground only thing, where all their TikToks are ground based.
Groundbreaking.
I come and go like a round. They don't want the to be going on. I'm coming back with the money in the bag.
Then he's too big to get out of the hole because he was too greedy.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't matter anyway because he was getting struck by lightning through the ground. He was already gonna die.
Whoa. 6? 9?
69?
They start 69ing.
Holy shit. They turned into wolves and are 69ing.